Hey guys, I'm with you right now to talk about how we organize a course or a program. So, inside of one of our communities, we've created a community of people who support Tribe with Stu McLaren. It's the Moolah Tribe Clan. It's people who've signed up to be part of Tribe as part of my little secret circle. So inside of that community, there's a discussion about what should we put into our course or into our membership. And I thought I'd give you guys a little sneak behind the curtain and show you the same information that I'm showing them. That is, how do we create the framework of where our content is in our programs so that we can love and serve our audiences and make a difference in their lives, create products for them. So before I begin though, I want you guys to see a little bit of how my business is laid out. Why do I want to show you how my business is laid out? You're not going to understand how a success path, that's Stu's phrase for it, the path that you bring someone on from beginning to end, how it fits if you don't see how it would fit inside of a business. So inside of a business, we really have three different stages of pretty much any business, and that's a stage for you. So the stage here is traffic. Okay, traffic is the first stage. That is, how do you get people into your offer? The second stage is your sale. That's where you convert them to become a buyer. The next stage is your program. And for me, my program is GYA. That's my program. That's my course. Okay. And then after that, we have upsells and we have downsells. Downsell for me is a Facebook group where all my alumni go and it's free. My upsell is my membership. Okay. So people who say to me, Rachel, you have a course, you don't have a membership, aren't realizing that yes, I do have a membership on the back end, and my membership kind of becomes the foundation of my business. It's where I test new products. It's where I get feedback for things. It's where I have regular monies coming in every single month that pay the bills to make the whole business work, right? Okay, so inside of here though, I also have paid products. So I have my app. My app is a paid product, and I also have a challenge, and I'm going to call that 100 Perfect People. So this is the flow. I have paid products here that are my traffic. Then I have a sales sequence, a sales process, then it goes into my course, then into my membership. Why am I showing you all of this when we're just talking about how to organize a course? Because your course and your membership, they all follow this same exact framework. Where do you want people to start? Where do you want people to end? Where do you want people to end? Where do you want people to start? Where do you want people to end? And Stu calls that a success path. Give me a second here. I'm getting another piece of paper out. Stu calls that a success path. That's when you have your business and your people inside your business start at the beginning and go on a journey until the end, okay? And so for me, whenever I was creating my success path, I was thinking, where are people beginning their journey? For me, they're generally beginning their journey with no page fans, no audience, no knowledge. They're starting from zero. Now, some people might join the journey a little farther in. Some people might join the journey late in the game, but the majority of people are starting with nothing. So I literally, guys, this is the exact system that I used to create my success path. I went and I got a lot of, there you go, I wrote on it, the plan. Guys, this folder right here has made over $4 million for me personally and for my business. This folder right here, I want that to happen for you. So what is it? I opened it up, and every single thing that I could think that people would need, I put onto a Post-it note. And notice, guys, the stickies even left the Post-it notes, and now the stickies, even the tape's falling off. That's how old it is. Okay, this right here has been my plan for my success path. Every single idea I would put onto a Post-it note. So I thought, if they're beginning from scratch, what do they need to do to be able to reach this end point? And I wrote down all of those things. So I got one Post-it note that said, okay, if they're going to have an audience of 10,000 people, before they do that, they have to understand the bumper sticker. So I wrote down all the things they would have to know. I wrote them all down. So they have to know the bumper sticker. They have to know who they're serving, and they have to have a niche. Who is their niche? So I wrote down all of the things of what they needed, and I stuck them on Post-it notes. And so the next one would be, they need to know how to run an ad. And I'm going to do an ad for engagement, because that's different than a conversion ad. So they need to know an engagement ad. They need to know how to target people, target the perfect people. Okay, so I'm putting that on the list. They need to know who their competition is. So I have a program where we teach you how to find your competition and then make your competition work for you. So that's another thing they need to know. They need to know what a good post looks like. What's a post? They need to know how to hire someone to post for them. So if they hire somebody who actually works for them and does the right job, hiring. They need people. They need to know. So basically, guys, I wrote down all of the things somebody needs to know in order to create content for their page, for their audience, and grow their business using Facebook audiences without spending money. So once I have all these things on a Post-it note, so I spent 2-3 hours and I wrote down everything I could think of that people needed to learn in order to grow their audience. I wrote down every single thing. Guys, these are not all the Post-it notes I had. Okay, and you can see there's like at least 3 dozen Post-it notes on this folder alone. So I don't want you to think of just a few things. I want you to think of everything. Everything. You're going to take things out in this process, but write down everything you could think of that someone needs to know on their journey to get from where they are to where they want to be. Okay, so they want to go from where they are to where they want to be. What are all of those things in that journey? And there's going to be a lot of them, okay? Once you have those things broken down and you've written them onto Post-it notes, the next thing you need to do is put them in order. So you need to know who your niche is before you create ads, okay? You need to know what is a post before you create ads. You need to understand what a viral is before you create ads. You need to understand who to target. You need to do that probably pretty soon. You need to understand who your competition is right up there. Okay, so notice, guys, we're putting them into an order. Once you have the post ideas, the next step, you have all of your Post-it notes of here's everything they need to learn to get from point A to point B. You're going to write all of those things down on a Post-it note. Just put them all out in front of you. Then I want you to put them into an order, a line. What do they need to know first? What do they need to know next? What do they need to know? Da, 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 da. And then once you've got the line, guys, you're going to notice that some of them kind of work together. So these three, they kind of are similar. They've got stages, but they're similar. Who is your niche? Who's your competition? So who else is in your niche? And then how do you target them? They're kind of all the same thing. It's all about who. So once you have all of the pieces written out, sorry guys, they're all falling on the floor. These are really old Post-it notes. So once you have all of the ideas of what you need on Post-it notes, then you put them in a line so you see the sequence of it. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to batch them together. Okay, just like that. And that's what I did here. I batched them together. So you can see my original course. Guys, this is not the layout of my course now. This is the original course. This was my layout of my course for the first 2 years I had it. And then we got feedback from our students. And our students were like, this part's confusing, this part's confusing. And so we restructured a course. That said, it's still kind of based on this framework, but it has changed significantly since then, because we want you guys to get results. So we're always changing. We're always making it better. So we started with who. Just like here, guys, I started with who, and we came up with those 3 Post-it notes together. That's what I have right here. We have our Post-it note connection of who, your niche, your page, everything now. This is one video lesson. This is a second video lesson. Down here is a third video lesson. So we've collected those 3 Post-it notes into a batch, and that is this section. I want you guys to do the same exact thing. Create different batches of your content. Those batches now become your modules or your month lessons. So right here, guys, we showed you where they are, where they want to be. This is the success path that Stu McLaren talks about, right? So we've got all of our Post-it notes, which are falling on the floor, but there they are, of what all of those tasks are. Next up, I want you to batch them together. So we've got batch 1, we've got batch 2, we've got batch 3. And generally, guys, you're going to want to have 3 to 6, really 5 to 6 different batches. Okay, so this right here, though, then becomes stage 1. Oops, you can't see with that marker. Let me see if I can get a different marker. Stage 1. Okay, and this becomes stage 2, stage 3. And in each one of these stages now, you already know what lessons you're going to teach in that stage. So this then becomes stage 1, and it has actions and tasks, and like ways that you can tell it's happened. So you give them the task, you give them the motivation, you create stories of how it's possible. This is all in each stage. So each stage you talk about actions, motivation, stories. Guys, when you're done with this and you've got all your Post-it notes written out and you have your Post-it notes put into batches, you know what actions your audience needs to take to get that result of where they want to be. You know the motivation of things that are going to get you there. You know the stories of success in the past. This also is your content plan. So how many of you have looked at me online and you're like, whoa, girl, you got so much content. I can't believe you're creating so much content. You've got a YouTube channel, you've got Instagram that you've got out, you've got Facebook, you've got your blogs, you're in groups every single day. How do you have so much content? I have so much content because I've got this structure where we've created all of those Post-it notes, and every single one of those Post-it notes is a video. Every single one of these Post-it notes is a photo or a meme. Every single one of these Post-it notes is a conversation starter that's going to help my audience figure out where they are and where they want to be and walk those steps to get those results. And guys, that is why this system right here, this folder, sorry, it's upside down. They're all gonna fall off. This is so fragile, guys. It's like tearing apart. This folder has literally brought me in multiple millions and made a difference in multiple millions of people because we have a framework that people are able to walk through. Let me show you now what this looks like in a backend. So I'm going to show you what this looks like in an actual membership site. So this right here, guys, is my membership site. Now, some people are saying, but this is also your course. You're right, guys. It's my course and my membership because I have traffic, I have a sales sequence, then I have my course, and that leads into my membership. So it's all one system that uses the same exact framework for my entire business, okay? So we go right here. This is the course, We're gonna start with the success path. 1, start with your page. Remember, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, And there's all my Post-it notes from stage 1. They're just there. They're ready for everybody to do. Next one, stage 2. There's all the Post-it notes of what I'm going to cover in stage 2. There's stage 3. Everything I'm going to cover in stage 3. So you can go in, you can see how to grow an email list using Facebook for free. You can see how to grow your Facebook groups. I've got it all here, one step at a time. What this does is it makes it less overwhelming for your audience, and also makes it for you where you know exactly what type of content you need to create and when. You know exactly, this is a post that you're going to make. This is how it's going to go. You don't have to think. And once you've made it once, you know exactly what type of content you get to put out on your Facebook wall, into your Facebook groups, into Instagram, into YouTube for everyone to get results in your programs. Okay, so just so you guys know, this completely came from Stu McLaren. Stu's one who's taught me how to structure my membership. And I would love for him to help you too. It's a life-changing program that I was part of, gratefully. Okay, so once I'm in, now this is my membership, my success path for my course, but it's also my success path for my membership. So this button right here, it's grayed out if you're not a member yet. So everyone kind of clicks on it, it's like the link goes nowhere. That's intentional because I want people when they're in the course to realize that there's something missing, that they could get more. So they have this grayed out section. When you click into the grayed out section, it takes you into stage 2 for you, which is here's the next stage of what you can do, where you can go, how much you can grow in your membership, in your program. Okay, and you can see here, guys, we talk about how to set up tech. We walk you through how to take this exact membership, the exact framework, even deeper, even further. Okay, so it's not overwhelming. People have said, I don't know if I can do a course and a membership. It's not overwhelming. When you have one, you just expand it to the other. People have told me, I don't think I can have a Facebook group. You're so active on Facebook. You're so active on Instagram. I can't do all of those things. You can, because when you have that success path and you have your Post-it notes, you know exactly what you need to be talking about and when, and it makes your business a lot easier for you to run and for you to manage. So hopefully this helps you understand how I created my success path using the framework that Stu graciously taught me inside of his tribe course, and how you can apply this to your own businesses. I'm using it right now to teach people how to grow audiences on Facebook. We're exploding people's pages, people's groups. It is super fun to see what's possible when a business has an audience. But here's the deal. You don't have a business if you don't have that foundation, if you don't have that framework. And that framework is all those little steps that you then batch together. And that becomes your content inside your memberships, becomes your content inside of your group. But ultimately, it also becomes your content that you're going to put out to the world. So hopefully this was helpful for those of you in the Moolah Tribe Clan. For those of you who are listening who aren't part of the Moolah Tribe Clan, you should get in there next time the doors open. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye-bye.